Isabella Mulhall and Steffi Legends out wide. Sasha Grove through the middle.
Couple of changes there, as you mentioned, Russ, for the academy. Obviously, no Hayley Taylor-Young after scoring a couple on the weekend. Charlie Mitchell was in there originally, but she's pulled up a bit sore from the weekend, replaced by Steffi in that front three. No Hayley, but plenty of talent through that academy side. We're speaking before the game that where they maybe lose out a little bit is in their size. These girls aren't short on technical ability, but it'd be interesting to see how they deal today with a stronger Canberra FC team.
Let's have a look at the benches. Canberra FC, Sharon Chow, Lara Agnew, Amy McLaughlin and Alina Haradimos. And Lucy Darcy there. Other substitute for Canberra United, a young bench, of course, Ali Hinson, Meg Roden, Caitlin Skillicon and Tara Cannon.
Options for both coaches on the bench there. Russ, if changes are needed later in the game. But both these sides very strong for tonight.
Looking forward to this one. Should be a cracking game. Tom Wodzinski in charge in the middle. Jai Lyris and Brad McGrath on the line. As Dave mentioned at the top of the broadcast live on Bar TV, Canberra United Academy and Canberra FC shed 4 goals the last time they met at Hawker Football Centre, all of them in the first half. Jamie Berkeley gave Canberra FC the lead. Isabella Barrett equalised. Mel Bunker restored Canberra FC's advantage, and then Sasha Grove drew them level. But that game wasn't without chances for both teams, was it? There was plenty of opportunities. Woodwork struck. We're expecting much of the same tonight.
It's really, to see live, one of the best games of the season that I've watched out there at Hawker. Really good game. As you mentioned, post was hit a couple of times both ways. The Academy were maybe fortunate with one of their goals, an errant back pass from Canberra FC, but sure to see another cracking instalment of this matchup tonight.
It's not necessarily youth against experience, but it is a far older Canberra FC side than those in the grey attacking the goal to our right. Not by much, but by just enough.
Keeping the disco track for the game, it sounds like, Russ.
Sounds like Moosehead's here, doesn't it? I haven't been for a while, so maybe it doesn't.
I wouldn't know.
Here's McGovern. First touch for her in the middle of the park. Immediate pressure from Bunker. Truan will bring this forwards. Both sides like to play football the right way, like to keep possession and create openings. Barach looks to slide it through, comes off the back of Grove there and picked up by Goldstein. Chance for Berkeley. Ryan out wide. Did well to bag a couple of goals on the weekend, 4 for the season for her. Interesting to see how Steffi Legends goes further forward today.
Yeah, we've seen her deployed so often in the fullback role this season. A very attacking fullback at that. Occasionally can struggle a little bit getting back behind the ball, but as you mentioned, it'll be good to see how she goes in what is mostly a fully attacking role out on that left wing tonight, matched up against Bridget Wright.
She wants the ball out wide here, and she's going to get a touch. Legends goes backwards to come forwards. Scott O'Donnell looking after the team tonight in the absence of Heather Garriock, who's doing a sterling job on the panel for Optus Sport for the Women's World Cup. She'll be back soon, though.
Yes, a very good job, as you mentioned, on that Optus Sport panel for the Women's World Cup with a number of other former Canberra United players and former Matildas stars, and then taking a slight break before she links back up with the Academy team towards the end of the season.
Not shy of voicing her opinion. It's been a good watch. Lizzie Davey in goal tonight. One's Legends. Here's McGovern. Closed down again by Bunker. Noticeable that Canberra FC sitting off the Canberra United back four, letting them play around without putting the pressure on until the last moment.
Looks like Steffi and Annie might have switched out on that left side now, Russ. With Steffi dropping back
into the left back position. Here's McGovern. Chance for her to bring it forwards. And look for Annalise Grove. Flag goes up there. For offside, just strayed momentarily. Women's football takes a break after this weekend for a little bit. There's fixtures around 13 games this weekend. Tuggeranong versus Belconnen on Saturday. Wagga City Wanderers versus Canberra FC. Gungahlin versus Woden Western, where we'll be at. Gungahlin enclosed on Sunday. Then takes a break for the small matter of the Kanga Cup.
Yeah, it's a fixture-free weekend for the girls at the end of that week. And then will be men's and women's comps will be aligned for the last few rounds of the season, which makes things a bit easier when remembering which round it is. But a good week off for them after the Kangi Cup, and then full speed ahead for the last few weeks of the season.
A bit peculiar that we're coming into a round 15 game off of a round 12 match, heading into round 13 on the weekend.
Yeah.
It's Goldstein. Be a bit simpler sooner. This will be the last time we see Canberra United Academy in action for a while. Their round 14 match on the 21st July also been postponed due to the NYC, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. Here's Berkeley. Looks for Bunker, but McGovern got the head in the way. Bunker will still challenge. Full-blooded striker Mal Bunker loves to get involved. Touch around the corner from Mulhall and a foul on Grove. Dickens Stadium looking to picture in the winter here in Canberra.
Looking in very good shape. We saw out at McKellar, even with a lush surface the other day, the grass can go a bit of a different colour and still be in perfect condition, despite what it may look like on the stream. But no, Deacon tonight looking absolutely picture perfect.
He's going to stay and play that clearance, and Truan will pick it up. McGovern in the centre circle again. Trying to find Barach, but a bit of a wayward one from McGovern, picked up by Palumbi. Off she goes, running at the defence, Brittany Palumbi. Only knows one way, and that's straight to goal, and that was a good block by Nikias to come across and take it off her toes. Needed to be. Churchill's in there for FC. Palumbi takes over. Good ball in as well. Chance for Bunker in the penalty area. It's Ryan, in fact, who's coming on the far post. It's still Vanessa Ryan. Real chance here, and a decent save by Davey. The first opportunity of the game goes Canberra FC's way, and Izzy Davey denies Vanessa Ryan.
Looked like a little bit of a miscommunication there with that ball coming in from Britt Palombi. Izzy Davey not really sure whether to come out for it or leave it to a defender, and Vanessa Ryan was able to capitalise on that and get a couple of good cracks, but a good block, and the academy managed to get rid of the danger this time.
Came off of a bursting, thrusting run from Brittany Palumbi. Early stages here, live on Bar TV Sports. Live and free on Bar TV, as we like to say, the home of grassroots sports in Australia. These legends. McGovern. Plenty of touches early on for her. Happy to go back to start again. Truan. Mulhall. Now Barach. Better builds up this. Grove finds Mulhall. Grove wants it back, and that's a lovely ball over the top from Mulhall to find Grove, who fought to win it. And the strike comes in from Izzy Mulhall, but it's not got any power to change to trouble Vasta. But what a pass that was from Mulhall.
Lovely little lofted ball over the top to Sasha Grove up top. Nothing came of it in the end, but good signs early with the academy players linking up the top.
Free kick, foul by Grove on Ryan. 7 minutes in, and we haven't mentioned Molly Lawless yet, and she's usually the fulcrum of this Canberra United Academy side.
Fairly quiet early. You see her and me and McGovern both working in that midfield. Two names we talk about a lot when we watch this academy side. It would be very important for Scott and his side tonight that they get involved in this game and aren't out-muscled by what is a physically stronger Canberra FC midfield unit.
Yeah, they're the two players in this academy side that do boast a little bit of stature in terms of size. But it's not all about size, as we're well aware. Plenty of technique as well in this Canberra Academy team. The next generation of W League talent, perhaps. Legends chases this. Can't keep it in, and Vasta's happy to see it out. And that's the whole point of this academy, Dave, isn't it? To push on towards W League football. We've seen plenty of players come through and do just that.
Absolutely right. And, you know, that really kind of came to fruition a couple of weeks ago with Carly Ross back and being called up to the Matilda squad for the World Cup, and then making a debut and playing, you know, in a knockout match at the World Cup. And if those are the sort of players in the academy can produce, then it really is on the right path. We've seen girls like her, Laura Hughes, in the Westfield W League squad with Heather Garriock last season as well. So it's definitely working. It's a very, very good academy side.
That was Lawless on the ball, but she's been robbed by Berkeley. Heavy touch from Hagan. Tracking back is Sasha Grove. did just enough to force Hagen into a wayward pass. McGovern looking for the options. Jay Truen always available as a central defender, happy to get the ball. Nikias. Truen wants some more. Looks for the run of Legends again. Here she is. The sparkling white boots tonight. And the Canberra Academy have a free kick. Berkeley fouling on the far side. An opportunity perhaps to swing this in the danger area and test Nat Vasta. Instead they go short. Now it might come in. Mulhall helps it on its way. Barach will challenge. Still challenging again. Here's Mulhall. Bit of space for Grove. Steps away from Tamaro. Tried to find Legends when the shot might have been better off. Here's Lawless. Wins it back for the Academy. And then rather forces the issue. Still, FC can't clear it though. Legends again. It's going to break for Goldstein. Top scorer in the side for FC. With 19 goals, 15 in the league. 4 in the cup. It's not a bad return.
No, she's been very solid this season. We've seen her a couple of times get some pretty decent hauls in 1 or 2 games. Mel Bunker goes forward now.
Bunker swings it in. Real opportunity here, and that's a good header from Truen. Needed to be. It's going to fall for Palumbi. Still going. Britt Palumbi fires it goalwards, but always rising over the crossbar. Another good attack, though, from FC.
Absolutely. They're looking strong. Out on the break there a bit more rather than a really structured attack from the midfield. Britt Palumbi causing problems again, but that was a really good run and a good ball to find Mel Bunker down this left side. A good defensive header to stop the ball getting to Rachel Goldstein there, but good signs early for Canberra FC.
Battle in midfield is won by Barach. Here's McGovern. She's had more touches than anybody early on. Gives that one away, though, and it's a bit of space for Palumbi here. And this is danger. If she can find Bunker. Looks to take on the defence. That's well done by Nikias in the first place. And now she has to concede the corner, unless she's kept it in. She has done exceptionally well there, the young defender. As I mentioned, both these sides with big wins last week, both hitting 6. The Academy 6-2 winners over Wagga City Wanderers. Canberra FC 6-1 winners over Canberra Olympic. Both sides trailing Belconnen in the table. 28 points and a huge plus 60 goal difference for Antti Jagaric and his team. But on a one-off basis, you wouldn't bet against either of these sides against the Blue Devils, would you?
Exactly right. Yeah, on paper, Belconnen are always that side, that one to beat. But we've seen both of these teams push Belconnen. Canberra FC do it in both the league and the cup so far. Belco needed extra time to beat Canberra FC in their semi-final here in the Federation Cup. And at Hawker, recently we watched the Academy. They fell 3-1 to Belco in the league, but it was not really a 3-1 game. It was a very close game, and the young Academy side did very well.
Bunker bursting into the area. Lawless gets in the way. Goldstein back to Berkeley. She tries her luck from distance, and that's one that Izzy Davey had to be aware of. No goals here in the early stages of this match. Football on a Thursday night, Dave. Doesn't happen very often.
Don't mind it, though. Means I don't have to wait till the weekend.
You will be sick to the back teeth of football by the end of next week, won't you? With Kanga Cup in town, how many teams have we got this year?
Just over 320 teams this year from Canberra, from interstate, from across the world. We've got 9 international teams this year, coming from South Korea, the Philippines, for the first time in quite a while, New Zealand. It's great to see. It kicks off on Sunday with the opening ceremony, thanks to Milo down at the NCA. It's a really, really scenic, picturesque venue down on the edge of Lake Burley Griffin in front of Old Parliament House, and we're looking forward to getting it all underway. Probably won't be quite as excited at the end of next week, but it's sure to be a great weekend of great week of football.
10,000 matches, 50,000 participants, something like that, is a phenomenal achievement. And a big week for the referees as well. The Referee Academy on again this year?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's nearly 50 referees in the academy. They'll stay at the AIS and, they'll learn a lot during the week. They have some information sessions. They go in each night, do some, not revision, sorry, looking over their games.
Review?
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking for. And speak to some very well-known and high-profile refs who have been through the Kangaroo Cup before. They know what it's like to be a young referee. So as well as being a great week for the players, it's a really important week for referees as well.
Palumbi's cross there, blocked by Nikias in a corner to Canberra FC. Their first chance from a set piece, and Ivana Galic will trundle forwards to add some height into the penalty area. Obvious target, Vanessa Ryan not lacking in inches either. Chance for one of those to get their head on this corner, which will be swung in to the near post. Hagen out of the gloom. Swings it into the penalty area. Davey needs to come and gets a good hand on it, to be fair, and it's Churchill who got the rebound, couldn't get her head over the ball, and fires it over the crossbar. Good delivery from Krista Hagen.
Yeah, really nice ball. Again, forcing Izzy Davey to make a decision there down in the goal mouth. She got a hand to it. Ball did fall to Alice Churchill afterwards, but yeah, like you said, a really good delivery.
Here they come again. Ryan is flagged offside. Bridget Wright, it was, who won that initial clearance, but Ryan strayed early. And Davey will take the free kick. Aimed towards Legends. Picked up by Berkeley. Goldstein. Churchill. First time ball towards Palumbi, but it's picked off at the back by Jensen. And there is Jensen involved again. McGovern to tidy up. And Nikias to bring it forward with Truen. There's a bit of space for Lawless. Groves made the run in the channel, the angled run, but was well read by Wright. And in turn at the other end, Annalise Grove has got that one covered. Still waiting for the first real spark in this one.
We've seen both teams have chances at either end, but nothing super clear cut so far. Both defences doing well when they've been called upon, but it's really been fought out in the middle of the park so far, which isn't too different to what we expect from these two, Russ.
Expected to be tight. Here's Lawless. McGovern forces Truen away from goal. Nikias. Lawless again. This is what we expect from the academy, nice and patient. Good touch from Mulhall. Jensen was in there and was clobbered in the tackle by Alice Churchill and landed very awkwardly right in front of us down here. Bit of a sore one for Elise Jensen. Picks herself up. No holds barred challenge up from Alice Churchill.
Very strong but very fair challenge there from Alice. Just coming along and doing what was needed to see the ball out. Elise Jensen maybe a little worse for wear, but straight back up into it now.
Here's Palumbi. Gets past Jensen. Goldstein uses her strength to see off McGovern. Now Palumbi's made the run ahead, and that's where it's gone. Truen, though, is across there with Brittany Palumbi and defends superbly to deny the forward. Now here's Jensen. Bit of space for her to work in. Looks for Mulhall. Tried to roll Churchill, but couldn't get the ball under control. Goldstein. Started the season further forward, didn't she? As she passed the ball back to Tamaro.
Yes.
Now dropped into the midfield role.
Yeah, started a lot higher, more up in that front three. As you mentioned, maybe in the sort of role that Vanessa Ryan's playing tonight, but Nick Brozovich has dropped her back down into the midfield as the season's gone on. It hasn't been a bad move. She's enabled her a bit more freedom. She's able to create for others from that position and can draw a defender as well when she does push forward, which frees up the likes of Mel Bunker and Britt Palumbi a bit.
It's Cataldo goal scoring a little. She's only got 2 against Tuggeranong in round 7. Hasn't scored for the past 4 rounds. but creating plenty for others. Talking of creation, here's a chance for Krista Hagen to send another corner in. Davey did well last time to get her fist on it. She'll need to be alert again. Goldstein on the edge of the penalty area with Palumbi. Galich coming on the far post. Ryan on the penalty spot. Can Hagen deliver something for the home side? Chance to swing this in and really test the academy defence once again. It's a decent one. It's a bit deeper this time. The header from Galich lands on the top of the net. Free header as well. She had to create the power though. Dropped on her, but it was an opportunity.
Yeah, as you mentioned, one of those ones where the ball is, there's not really enough power on the ball as it drops to just direct it towards goal. She did a good job to get plenty of power on it, but just going over the top. Maybe an area though that the home side here are able to exploit. The academy lacking a bit of height, both defensively and when they go forward. Here's
Goldstein bursting into the area, still going. Rachel Goldstein onto the right foot, pulls it across goal. Real chance for Bunker, and could only steer it into the hands of Davey. An opportunity goes begging.
That's a big chance there. You won't get many better than that. That's set up really well for Mel Bunker. It's a good ball in from Goldstein after a really nice run, but straight really at Izzy Davey, who did well to take it as she was moving across goal and not go too far, but it's a big chance for Canberra FC and maybe a little bit worrying for the academy.
FC starting to perhaps turn the screw. Chance for Palumbi to drop this into the danger area again. Looks for Goldstein, who got the touch. But forced away from goal again, and that's a loose one from Wright. Grove picks it up. And the academy survive a half a scare there. Probably the closest that FC have come to a goal tonight. Goldstein putting pressure on McGovern. And then she sends it forward looking for Mulhall to chase, but she's not that quick. And Vasta easily collects. Here's Galich, whose header it was, landed on top of the crossbar. Tamaro. The Canberra FC central defensive pairing of Galich and Tamaro have been relatively untroubled in the first 20 minutes or so.
Haven't had a whole lot to do at the back so far. We've probably jinxed it now. Probably be a flurry of chances for the academy, but as you mentioned, they've looked very, very strong at the back. Really only that ball from Mulhall to Grove that we saw earlier, and even then they dealt with it. Nat Vasta not having to do a whole lot tonight behind that pairing.
Palumbi looking sharp. Steps away from the challenger Jensen, goes at her again. It's past her for a second time, into the air. Good run this. Goes down under the challenge, but plenty of ball on that from Nikias. Now Lawless on the break. Can she conjure something for the academy? Mulhall. Only Grove ahead of her. Barach making the run from midfield. Here she is, Isabella Barach. Got on the end of that pass. And tries her luck with a little chip, but always fading away from goal. Better break again, though, and Lawless eating up the ground. And decent ball from Mulhall.
Yeah, good ball from Izzy Mulhall to find Bella Barach in between a couple of opponents there, streaming forward. It's not an easy pass to hit. Maybe a bit more support out on the left there needed for the academy. One more option for Bella Barach to find as the ball went over might have helped. Instead, she's forced to slow it down and look for a chance herself. But good signs on the break.
Hagen, Palumbi. Hagen again. Turns into trouble. Not a minute's piece there for Sasha Grove, who has 10 goals to her name. Galich. Good ball that, looking for Bunker, who's stolen in behind it, but the flag goes up. Jai Lyris on the far side, saying that Bunker, the former Gungahlin striker, went a little bit early.
Yeah, we've seen her making those runs in behind so far, just caught out, going a little bit early there, but it's something that we've seen Britt Palumbi get in behind a couple of times so far, and it's maybe something the academy need to keep a bit more of an eye on, not allowing those two to get in that way.
Good ball forward from Davey. Grove wins the header. Mulhall back inside to Grove. Nikias switches play, but didn't look before she played it and only found Ryan. Lucky for the academy though, McGovern's there to win it back, and Also wins herself a free kick. More live football on Bar TV Sports this weekend, Saturday afternoon from McKellar Park. Balcony United versus Tigers FC. You can join myself and Frank Keisha, the Canberra Olympic head coach, for that one. Here's Berkeley. Annalise Grove. Good pressure there from Vanessa Ryan. Sunday afternoon, myself and Maddie Moore will be at Gungahlin Enclosed for Gungahlin United versus Woden Western Wanderers. Should be a decent match, that one.
Yeah, they've played a couple of really good games so far this season. It was that cup tie where Woden Western just pulled out 4 goals in the first half hour to see if Gunners on their way to the final. But then in the league, a thriller. I think it was a 4-3 the two of them played out with Gungahlin taking that one late. So it's sure to be a belter, the second league instalment of that game.
2 goals in the first 3 minutes in that game, if I remember rightly. We'll hope we get a few of them on the weekends. And men's NPL action on Saturday. League leading Tigers FC now minus the Golden Boot leading striker Nico Abbott, who's gone to Thailand to play professionally. Big blow for them as a club, but great for Nico personally.
Yeah, absolutely. He's scored 12 times this season in the league. He's proven so strong. A big focal point for them up top. It will be a big loss, particularly with a monster FFA Cup tie against Hume City right here at Deakin, approaching on the 31st of July. But a great personal move. And if you get to go to Thailand this time of year, if you're good at football, then I might start training.
Well, you can tune in on Saturday afternoon from 3 o'clock to see how Tigers cope without Abbott against Balcony United, who were on the wrong end of a shock 3-1 loss to Riverina Rhinos last week. Their first win of the season for the Rhinos. Canberra FC with yet another set piece swung in. Annalise Grove wins a header. Churchill tried to swing it back towards goal. Nodded forward once again. Here's Goldstein. Looking to take on McGovern. Good ball in, but there's Nikias again. The positioning tonight's been superb. Demi Nikias in the right place at the right time to cut out all of those crosses so far.
And she's done very well to deal with a number of threats down this side from Canberra FC so far.
Both coaches will be reasonably happy with what they've seen so far. Nick Brosnich will be hoping his side can create just a little bit more, though. Here's Barach. Truan. Happy to bring it forwards. Plenty of green grass in front of her. Grove. Flag goes up, though. Just stole a march a little too early there, Sasha Grove. Saw Hayley Taylor-Young here earlier. With a little bit of a kick around on the field. She's watching from the bench.
As we mentioned, a big loss for the academy. And that ball that you see just before and behind the defence coming out of the back for the academy is where Hayley Taylor-Young is so effective. The opposition always need to be so wary of her pace and what she can do out on the break. So that's one area where they'll miss her tonight.
Start of the season, we asked the question how the academy were going to replace the 50 goals that Aoife Colville scored. Here's a chance for Berkeley, but she's not got hold of that at all. And easy for Davey, who apologises for the scuffed clearance. Yeah, 50 goals last season for Colville, but 26 already for Taylor-Young. So she's really stepped into the breach.
Yeah, she has. She's really taken on the role of being, the primary threat going forward. She was obviously a part of this team last year, but didn't have as big a role with girls like Carly, Laura, Aoife, Sarah, all around her. So she's really embraced being the primary threat this year and has done a very good job of it.
Bags of goals to her name. Plenty of hat-tricks. Those on the field at the moment doing well. No goals. Lawless challenges. Comes for Grove. Rather tentative nod at the ball from Sasha Grove. Mulhall, lovely take to step away from Churchill, but there's the experience of the Canberra FC captain. Back to make the challenge and win the throw. Samaray. Touch from Hagan. Palumbi's ball across field is pretty heavy and has invited Steffi Legends to have a go at it. Galich is there, though. Ryan wants it back from Berkeley, but again, that's a little wayward from the midfielder. Coming up to the half-hour mark. No goals. Sparse crowd this evening. I'm sure everyone's tucked up at home watching live on Bar TV Sports. I'm sure there'll be plenty of other teams and players, if they're not training tonight, tuning in for this to have a look at these two sides.
Have it on good authority that the Bear in the Big Blue House. Anthony Jagarinek will be watching, keeping an eye on two of the teams that are closest to him on the table tonight in this league.
The Bear in the Big Blue House. I've heard Anthony Jagarinek called many things over the years. Some complimentary.
He bears a striking resemblance.
There'll be people at home now, if they're watching that, Googling the Bear in the Big Blue House, and you're going to get a text message, or I will, probably very shortly. Disgruntled, perhaps. Here's Berkeley. Barach. Back to McGovern. Talking of Belconnen United, sent a message to Finn Durack in the week. He's out of hospital now from the Riverina. Got a nasty concussion down there in Griffith. He's back at home and recuperating, so hopefully we'll see him back in action before the end of the season.
Yeah, it's a tough knock there and spend a couple of nights down in Griffith as a result. But as we learn more and more about concussion and its effects, we hope to see it taken seriously. I've no doubt that Finn will probably be having a couple of weeks off, making sure he's rested up and he's all good before he makes a return. A very promising goalkeeper, as we've seen a lot of in the last couple of years. So many people hoping he'll make a full recovery there.
Young Reece Flishinger made his Belconnen United debut off the bench in that one. Either him or Deacon Jewell in goal this weekend. That's a lovely ball forward, looking for Grove to chase, but just a bit overhit from McGovern. Right idea, didn't quite have the weight. Jensen happy to let that roll out of play. Academy looking to get on with things quickly. McGovern. Truant. Barach. Closed down really quickly by Hagen. Legends. Truant once more. Had as many touches as anybody on the park, Jay Truant today. Just shows it to bunker before accelerating away. Can't squeeze it past Berkeley though. This is where FC have looked dangerous on the break in transition. Good pace from Ryan into the penalty area. Real chance here for Vanessa Ryan. Denied by the legs of Davey. Might fall for bunker, but Barach was there. Got a glimpse there of the pace that Ryan brings to the team. Goldstein invites Churchill forwards. Decent ball in, and Palumbi was lurking. Danger still not over. Real chance here for Goldstein. Lawless got a toe on it though, and the Academy can bring it clear. Mulhall asks Grove to get after it. She's got the pace to get away. Vasta's come, and she's not got there. And did she bring down Grove? She did. This is probably a yellow card, nothing more you would think. Grove was heading away from goal. That Vasta's going to go into the book, but a chance for Vanessa Ryan. Now, Tom Budzinski's come to have a chat across to
Dean into his pocket there before going over to have a chat to his assistant. Imagine what his assistant is going to say as they were covering.
Well, she took it well away from goal, didn't she?
Covering defenders and the ball moving away from goal.
You wouldn't think it was red. I'll be incredibly surprised if it is. Vasta's already retreated to a goal, and she does get the yellow card. But chance for Vanessa Ryan at one end as well, and then at the other end, Grove winning.
Yeah, the Academy looking very threatened down there by Alice Churchill, having a couple of cracks with a cross, and Vanessa Ryan with that initial chance before looking really strong on the break and doing some damage. Sasha Grove so quick, sticking with the line and then accelerating to get clear with that really nice ball in behind from Mulhall. So that's going to be something that Canberra FC need to watch as they push forward.
Isabella Barach with the free kick. The first real chance we've seen from a set piece in the danger area for the Academy. Swings it in towards the far post. Almost fell at the back. The shot comes in from McGovern. In the end, it's blocked. Annalise Grove is quickest to the rebounds. Finds McGovern. Grove wants it back. And then can't squeeze it through. For a second then, you thought that Tom Wazinski was going to bring out the red, didn't you? When he started, before he went to have a chat with Brad McGrath on this near sides. I think that's the right decision, though.
Yeah, it's always a bit of a concern when you see the ref go for the back pocket there. But as you say, I had a chat with Brad McGrath, and what you feel is an appropriate decision there. A warning sign for Nat Vasta, though, and we might see her be a little more careful, a little bit more measured coming off her line there. Just got caught out by Sasha Grove's pace as she raced in behind and ended up with a yellow card to her name.
Well, she got in behind Isabella Tamaro, who gave her a couple of yards, and the pace of Grove just took her clear. And as Dave says, a warning for the keeper to be a little bit more circumspect when she goes a-wandering. Temperatures plummeted a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, has dropped off a bit. Thailand sounding better and better the longer this one goes on.
What if we can get Nico Abbott to give us a gig over in the Thai Premier League as commentators? Not sure we'll cope with all the names, Dave. Here's Hagen sending it forward, and here's a chance for Berkeley. She's got in behind here. She's got Bunker in the middle. Mel Bunker arriving, but Davey plucks the ball from the ground to deny the opportunity for FC. But again on the break, they're looking sharp.
Starting to see this one open up a little bit more now, Russ, as the game goes on.
Certainly is, and it's good to see. It's becoming a better watch for us here. Here's Mulhall looking to take on Churchill. Skipper stands her up, but Mulhall goes infield. Barach looking to dance her way through, finds Lawless. A little bit of space. Legends manages to keep it in, but the flag is up against the left-sided player. And as we approach the final 5 or 6 minutes of the half, did you get a message off the big blue bear?
I did.
Nothing you can repeat on air, though.
Making me aware that he heard the reference.
Here's Tamaro. Galich brings it forwards. It's a raking ball to this near side, and it's an absolute cracker over the top. It's unfortunately bisected both Berkeley and Palumbi. That was right where Jensen was. Right idea there from Galich, that angle ball. About 8 minutes to go in the half. Still no score. Live on Bar TV Sports. You're watching Thursday night WNPL action. Around 50 matches has been brought forward here at Deakin Stadium. Canberra FC 0. Canberra United Academy 0. Sport on the weekends when we saw Belconnen beat Gungahlin 4-0, and then on Sunday afternoon saw quite a remarkable men's Premier League game, which saw Canberra Olympic beat Gungahlin United 7-2 at the AIS after falling behind after 55 seconds. Some match there from Frank Keisha and his team. Expected this one to be a bit tighter than those two.
It's one of those results where you expect a cracking game. It wasn't a cracking game, just not the way you expect one team that just really takes over. It's always interesting to watch.
We saw Galich's ball from open play. She got a fair clump on that one, and this one's pretty good as well, in towards the edge of the area. Goldstein got a touch. Just smashed clear. Who thumped up the park by McGovern. Tamaro, bit of space. Grove shuts it down incredibly quickly. It's well done by Tamaro in association with Hagen. Goldstein, heavy with the touch. Barach snaps into it, and a free kick goes the way of the academy. Isabella Barach. She's going to take the free kick. Just to lift it towards Lawless. He lost the flight of it somewhat. Now Bunker A bit lonely up front, so she waits for Goldstein in support, and she can stretch the legs and run at Nikias and get into the penalty area. Real chance here for Canberra FC. Opportunity on the far post, must be a goal. It's off the line somehow. Barach back there defending has denied Jamie Berkeley what looked an absolute sitter with a brilliant goal line clearance. Not quite sure how that didn't go in.
A really good run to start with there by Rachel Goldstein. She saw off Demi Nikias and just put a really nice ball across, beat everyone. Jamie Berkeley racing in at the back post. And Bella Barrack, I'm not sure how much she knew about it, running back across the line and clears that one. The Academy managed to win a free kick to get it out, but some danger signs for them there now, and they look to go forward.
Brilliant piece of defending from Isabella Barrack, and a real lesson for those watching as a midfielder, never to give up. Comes back and helps out her defence and keeps her team in the contest at 0-0. Berkeley must have thought she'd scored. Look at the odds on for 11th goal of the season in all competitions. Somehow hasn't broken the deadlock. Jensen. Barach looking to turn. Is Palumbi. Bunker. Goldstein, good scan to find some space, and then tries to find Bunker in behind. Davies a little bit slow off her line. Here's Mel Bunker, and she rushed it in the end. Davy came and then stopped, and it gave Bunker the opportunity, and I think instead of perhaps squaring it, she's tried the shot at goal, and it's just squeezed wide.
Yeah, caught in two minds there, Izzy Davy, whether to come out to close down the shot or sit back, which then allows Mel Bunker to look to feed it across. Bunker opted for the shot, but couldn't get it on target. Again, this left side proving quite fruitful for Canberra FC in the closing stages of this half.
Truin sends it forwards, looking for Lawless. Couldn't get a touch on it though. Hagen's header, right. Bunker. Now Berkeley, who had that chance. Right. Galich. Finds Tamaro in a bit of space. Chance for her to bring it forward for FC as we enter the final 5 minutes of the first half. Isabella Tamaro and tries to get Churchill down the line, but that's just slightly overhit. The wing, Tamaro and Galich bring it forward and join the attack. They look a different side, Canberra FC.
Yeah, not wrong. Two centre-backs who both have the ability to play the ball forward and be the base of the attack rather than it all starting in the midfield. Adds another dimension to things and makes it a lot harder for the Academy to defend it.
Davey went wide, but Ryan was there. Unfortunately for the Canberra United Academy goalkeeper, Ryan's touch was a little astray. Back with Davey again. It's fair to say that Canberra FC have had the better chances. Not much for Vasta to do in terms of saves. But the youngsters from the academy hanging in there at the moment and more than matching Canberra FC, as you would expect. The sides not much between them on the ladder. Another corner for Canberra FC, for Canberra Academy to see out before half-time. Hagen again entrusted with the delivery. The zonal marking for the academy in and around the 6-yard box. FC looking to get some late runners in there to cause some problems. Let's see what Hagen can do with this one. Flatter to the near post. Barach with a touch. Truan helps it on its way. Right. Finds Goldstein. Ryan out wide, runs into Annalise Grove. Now, Legends can bring it clear, but Wright has it back again. Bunker tried to turn it on. Didn't quite work that time for FC, and here's a chance perhaps on the counter for the academy as McGovern sends it forward. It's a good one too, looking to get Mulhall in behind, and Alice Churchill had to stretch to get a toe on that one. Otherwise, Mulhall might have been in on goal.
Very good boot. Stuck in there by Alice Churchill again. The Academy looking dangerous on the break when they can feed a ball, particularly out to this right side to Izzy Mulhall. Alice Churchill doing well to break it up there. But another positive sign.
Header from Goldstein. Picked up by McGovern. Grove was out there, but Ryan tracked her back. McGovern's had plenty of touches tonight for the Academy. Barach, who's looked the most creative player in the grey so far. Bunker. Legends with the tackle. Berkeley there, finds Wright. Settles for the free kick in the end. Coming to the last 70 seconds or so of the first half. Who do you think's the happiest right now, Dave?
On the basis of chances, I'd say Nick Brozanic of Canberra FC, but I dare say that he'd be...
With ball into the penalty area, and Palumbi almost got on the end of that.
A bit frustrated maybe that his side haven't been able to take the chances they've had.
They might now with Churchill bursting into the area. Here's Alice Churchill. Davey denies her again. Another good save from the goalkeeper. Churchill burst into the penalty area. It's a good chance, that. Once again, the keeper makes a save.
Another big chance that Nick might feel his side didn't do as well with as they should have. The Academy struggling a couple of times to get it out of that back line, leading to more chances for Canberra FC after it looks like the danger's passed. It's something they'll need to clean up a bit in the second half.
Well, most of the chances that have come have been self-inflicted, really, haven't they?
Yeah, secondary chances almost, bringing the ball out after it looks like the danger's cleared and turning it over.
Something to work on for Scott O'Donnell, perhaps, at the interval, which is looming large. Into stoppage time at the end of the first half. Won't be too much of that. In fact, there'll be none at all. Tom Wadzinski says, let's get in and warm up a bit. And decent first half, Dave. Chances at both ends, but most of them coming to our left for those in red.
Yeah, a strong first half from both sides. As you mentioned, Canberra FC having the better of it. Bella Ballarat called into action to clear Jamie Berkeley. Shot off the line there was the best chance. The half that we saw, we mentioned that the Academy will need to clean things up a little bit at the back. Giving the ball away, a bit too much coming out, but certainly chances on the break for them so far.
Izzy Davey, perhaps the star of the show for the Canberra United Academy so far. 3 saves that she's made, and as we see Nick Brozanic having a chat with the referee to clear up a few things. We've got 15 minutes to try and clear up a few things because at half-time at Deakin Stadium, there's no goals in the WNPL match. It's Canberra FC 0, Canberra United Academy 0. Welcome back to the hoedown at Deakin Stadium. Bit of Cotton Eye Joe for everybody there at half-time. I think the Canberra FC players were enjoying it on the field. Amras gives you commentator. Dave Jordan from Capital Football with me for the second half of the WNPL Canberra FC Canberra United Academy. No goals, Dave. Dancing to keep warm at half-time. Some interesting choice in music.
I'm just glad we got you to stop.
Imagine if they'd come back on and I'd still been singing. All those viewers would have just turned out in their thousands. Waiting for the second half to get underway. We saw chances in that first half, most of them coming from Canberra FC. There was a couple of times on the break, though, where the academy looked dangerous. Sasha Grove using her pace. If they think McGovern and Lawless can get her through a bit closer towards goal, could be some chances there for Scott O'Donnell and his team in the second half.
Yeah, I think so. Me, McGovern and Molly Lawless having a little bit of time on the ball to work with is so important for them. Allows them to work and set Izzy Mulhall, Sasha Grove free up top, particularly on the break when they find a little bit of space. They have time to get their head up and find a ball rather than rushing things and turning it over, which is the problem we've seen them have at the back so far, looking to get out and turning the ball over and giving Canberra FC secondary chances.
Tom Wodzinski, the referee, with Jai Lyris and Brad McGrath coming out into the centre circle to start the second half, looking around to see if there's been any changes. Can't see any at the moment. If there hasn't, it means that Canberra FC will line up as follows. Vasta in goal, who got a yellow card for that foul on Grove in the first half. Wright, Galich, Tamaro and Churchill across the back. Hagan, Berkeley and Goldstein. Ryan, Bunker, Pullenby up front. For the academy, looks like the same 11 for them as well. Davey in goal, Jensen, Nikias, Truen, Grove, McGovern, Lawless, Barach, Legends, Grove and Mulhall up front. So 45 minutes to find a winner if we can. Otherwise they'll be sharing the points and won't do either of them any good in the chase to catch Belconnen United. Antti Jagarinic is here tonight, watching on. And he's probably pretty happy with the result as it stands. Hagan sends an early ball forward, picked off by Annie Grove. Legends ball. And that's good interception from Galach. Early break for Canberra FC. Runs straight into Truen. Here's Annie Grove. Truen again. Now Barach, who had a brilliant goal line clearance to deny Jamie Berkeley. McGovern. Jensen steps away from Pullenby. He's back snapping into the challenge. Wants to throw and gets it. It's going to have a bright start to the second half. It opened up a bit, didn't it, towards the end of that half. We had a very cagey first 20 minutes.
Yeah, Canberra FC, the academy having a couple more chances as it opened up, able to get out on the break, as we mentioned, where they were so effective. Canberra FC doing most of the driving, for lack of a better term, and creating their primary chances. And here we go again with Britt Palombi streaming forward.
She's got the pace to get there and swinging into the area. Bunker came in, couldn't get a touch. Otherwise, it would have been a real chance to test Izzy Davey. Grove wins the header up the other end. Tamaro. Ryan. Looks to take on Grove, but the defender did enough to help out. They've got it back again, though. Those in red. Here's Tamaro. That's a wayward ball. Once again, though, the academy can't keep hold of it for more than a couple of seconds. It's Goldstein. Berkeley. Pullenby. Good to take on Jensen. Been a good battle, that one. Ball in towards Bunker. And Truen rolled up her chest before she cleared it. Challenge here with Grove and Galach. Galach comes out on top. Now Hagan, and she gives it away. Scrappy start to the second half, Dave. We'll come back to that in a second, as Legends might be in here, but the flag goes up. Either side able to keep the ball for more than a couple of passes.
Yeah, not wrong. Kind of struggling to string too much together early here in the half. It is a little bit of what we saw in the first half as well. The academy in particular, not really settling to start the half, but Canberra FC doing a bit of the same. So it'll be interesting to see how long it takes these teams to find their groove in the second 45.
Tamaro. looking for Palumbi. It's a good ball too. Now, Britt Palumbi's got in behind here. The flag stays down. Britt Palumbi in on goal, but she flashes the shot wide of Izzy Davies' right-hand post. Presentable opportunity for someone of the quality of Britt Palumbi.
Yeah, that's a big chance there. They'll rue that. That was a really good angled run from Britt Palumbi. Allowed her to get up a full head of steam and really hit the line with pace as the ball came in behind, but couldn't make the most of it. It's another chance that Nick Brosnich will, depending on how this game ends up, we'll wonder what could have been.
Well, they've threatened a couple of times, and here they go again. Britt Palumbi into the penalty area. Bunker unmarked square, but it was behind the forwards instead of in front of her. Ryan Barach wins it off her toes, though, and looks for Legends. Barach again. Now Truen. Good ball that, finding McGovern, who couldn't quite stretch to get on the end of it. But Britt Palumbi's looked a likely outlet this evening.
Yeah, it's 3 good chances that have kind of come through her so far. She's looking dangerous. Elise Jensen maybe not settling early in this half with Palumbi out there.
Lawless challenging in midfield. Hagen gets the better of the midfielder just for a second. Truen can bring it away. 5 minutes to second half gone here, live on Bar TV Sports. Midweek action in the Women's National Premier League, a rearranged round 15 fixture, because most of these in grey will be off to the National Youth Championships. Here's Barach. Pulls it away. There was half a chance for Mulhall. Now here's a chance on the break. There's a huge amount of space on this near side. Slid through the middle towards Bunker, who's got the pace to get in, but Davies come out. She's one of those going to the NTC, alongside Jade Truen, Mia McGovern, Sasha Grove, Isabella Barach, Hayley Taylor-Young, Annalise Grove and Steffi Legends.
Yeah, that'll be third week of July. Fourth week of July out of the AIS. Coming up against teams from around the country, some other academies, coached by Anthony Jagarinik, as we were saying before, and Maddie Moore, who used to be involved in the academy. Coached by them, it's the under-17s, essentially the cream of the crop here for the girls. So it's a really good side that they've got. I'm looking forward to seeing how they do. 3
Belconnen players in that: Alexia Fauna, Sally James and Isla Robertson. Stella DeMarco of Gungahlin United and Emma Ilioski as well. Cecilia Matic, and a couple of Brindabella Blues, Josie Dubbett and Renee Junner, and Alex McKenzie, who may well see on Sunday at Woden Western.
Yeah, she's been a really good player for Woden Western this year under Mark Boyd and Sarah West. You touched on Josie Dubbett. She's been part of the Mini Matildas set up with Ray Dowell before when she's been playing with Tigers and Brindabella. So as we mentioned, a really strong squad out there, and Emmy Ilioski, obviously a Mini Matilda as well.
Yeah, it looks like a very balanced squad as well, and good luck to them. I'm sure close to the time we'll keep you abreast of what's going on in that competition. In the meantime, those from the academy that are in that squad need to do some defending here, because Palumbi's swinging, Hagen swinging this free kick in. It's a chance here for Goldstein, and she didn't get anything on the header. Good opportunity that for someone of her quality up front.
Looks like that might have skimmed off the head of Nikias, I think, on that far side coming across. A little bit of a miscalculation maybe from the defender, allowing it to sit up really nicely for Rachel Goldstein.
Couldn't get enough neck power. The muscles tweaking to nod it towards the goal, to add to a tally of goals this season. Well in with a shout for the golden boot at one stage before Hayley Taylor-Young went on a goal-scoring spree.
Just like to say, I've never really heard anyone use the term neck power.
Neck power. It's because you've never headed a football, Dave.
That's it. Always bring it to ground.
Play it on the floor. That's where it's supposed to be played. Alan Shearer had tremendous neck power. Here's Goldstein. Couldn't get a touch on it and fell for Bridget Wright for a moment. A good battle that between Steffi Legends and Bridget Wright on this near side. Neither given an inch so far. Here's Goldstein. We're coming back for something. A little challenge off the ball or a late tackle or something, Dave? Did you see that?
Couldn't catch that one. Might have been Bella Back or Steffi Legends just having a late nibble at the foot of someone there. And Vanna Gallic gets a chance to swing one in.
From a dangerous position as well. Chance here for FC. Gallich goes for goal, in fact, and Izzy Davey.
Very calm under that one.
I think she had a look at it and went, what are you doing? Not going to chip me from there.
I've seen her score some spectacular goals from set pieces, Vanna Gallic. She has a very good eye for goal. We've seen her hit the target from long range, so nothing to be scoffed at.
A mighty thump in that right boot as well. Davey clumps that one forwards. Hagan wins the header. Gets it back off McGovern. Bunker. Good touch that. Finds Palumbi, and she might burst in here. Brittany Palumbi into the air, goes down to the challenge. Should be a penalty, and is. Britt Palumbi using her skill and speed to get between two defenders, and that was a simple decision for Tom Wodzinski.
Yeah, like you mentioned, an easy decision there. I couldn't quite tell from here, just with the line, whether it was inside or outside, but obviously inside the box. Brad McGrath straight to the byline there. And just another case of the academy turning it over, bringing it out there and giving Canberra FC a secondary chance. And, you know, this time they've got the chance to really make it count. Palumbi taking this spot kick.
Brittany Palumbi with 12 goals to her name this season. 11 league goals, 1 in the cup. Real chance here from the spot. Izzy Davey kept her side in it in the first half with a couple of decent saves. She's going to need to pull one out of the bag here if she's to deny Britt Palumbi from 12 yards. It's Palumbi v Davey, and it's 1-0 FC. Tucked away in the corner. Brittany Palumbi unerring from the spots. The home side are in front.
That's a really good penalty from Brittany Palumbi there down into the corner. You know, Izzy Davey not really going to be able to get down to reach that one. Maybe just rewards for Canberra FC. They've looked good so far in the opening 10 minutes of this half. But now it's time for them to go on with it, and the academy are going to be forced to chase the game from here on out.
Tucked away. Never looked like she was going to miss, did she, Brittany Palumbi? Now, what have the academy got? Do they have a response? Probably wishing they had Taylor Young that they could chuck on right about now. Unavailable tonight, if you just tuned in, the Canberra Academy top goal scorer. Sasha Grove in her absence has led the line very well, though, and caused plenty of problems for Gallich and Tamara. Just hasn't had as much service. Might do this time. That one's a little bit too heavy, though, and Vasta eagerly clutches that to her chest before sending it up into the night sky towards Goldstein. Two number 10s there battling, and neither knew where the ball was. Higgins hoiked it forwards, and it's a decent looking ball as well. It found Ryan in space. Here's Vanessa Ryan. Goldstein in support. Hagan. Canberra FC just turning the screw at the moment. Lovely dummy has found Churchill. Opportunity for her to pull it back into the penalty area. McGovern half clears it, and Jensen gets rid of it the rest of the way.
Less than ideal first touch there from Nick Brosnich on the far side as well. There, Russ. Let it be noted.
Wasn't ideal, was it? FC looking for a second. Hagan into the area, dancing through, chances here. It's pulled it back. Goldstein's there. It might come from Ryan. It's Palumbi's run again, rather, I should say. McGovern. Academy looking for a way back into the contest. Mulhall trying to force her way down the wing. She looked bright tonight as well, Izzy Mulhall.
Just looked good out there on that far side. We saw some really good passes inside from the wing from her in the first half. But just now since that goal, Canberra FC really looking as though they've got the momentum, as they do in the academy, struggling to settle a little bit and find their feet when they do have the ball. I think they just need to slow the play down a little bit and find some time, just alleviate really the pressure that Canberra FC are applying.
Meg Roden, Caitlin Skillicon and Tara Cannon, the options for Scott O'Donnell on the bench. Goldstein winds one up from distance. Ryan tries to help it on its way towards right. Grove got in there as well. It's going to fall perhaps for Goldstein, but Barach was there, and it's Canberra Academy very much on the back foot right now. Tamaro. Canberra FC sense blood. If they can score again, it's a long way back for the visitors. And Brittany Pullenby, since minute 1 tonight, has looked like she's on this game.
Yeah, she's looked very energetic tonight, consistently making good runs in behind and forcing Izzy Marhall and Elise Jensen out on that right-hand side for the academy to be wary of her. We saw her create the penalty and a couple of chances prior to that this second half, working down that far side and getting behind the back line. And she's going to continue to be a thorn in the side for the academy as we head into the final half hour.
Bunker lets it turn. Chance for her to pull it back. Goldstein wants it inside the area. No shooting space though. Pulumbi looks to create something for herself. Goldstein takes over. Barach is there. Now Lawless. Mulhall asks Grove to get, but Tamaro comes forward. Good win from Hagan. Now Ryan. Vanessa Ryan cuts onto that left-hand side. Hagan might strike it herself. She does. Davey got a piece of it. Flag went up anyway. I think Bunker was offside, going for the rebound. But more warning signs for the academy that Canberra FC just up in the tempo slightly.
Yeah, again, the hosts not really allowing Canberra United to get any time on the ball and to get their head up as they bring it out of the back and forcing some mistakes. They're moving the ball really well when they get onto it, not allowing the academy time to settle, and that's proving to be very important.
Goldstein's run freed Ryan. McGovern's back though to take it off of Vanessa Ryan. Trun. Annie Grove. Now McGovern. They've worked that nicely, the academy. Lawless tried to find McGovern, but again her passing's been a bit off tonight. Miley Lawless wins it back. Usually very accurate with the distribution.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of the academy girls tonight struggle a bit with their passing. A bit more wayward than we're used to seeing from this midfield trio particularly. And that's going to be important if they're going to get back into this game. They start hitting targets more often than not.
Galich. Goldstein. Berkeley square. Good ball towards right. Who's stolen forward. It's going to be a corner. And another chance for Canberra FC to throw some bodies into the penalty area.
They've had some chances from their set pieces too so far, Russ. Izzy Davies been called into action a couple of times, so it's interesting to see what option they go with here. Britt Palombi's going to take it from this near side.
The left footer perhaps to put the in-swinger in. Chance to find the head of some of the tall timber. Good delivery towards the near post. Well read by Annie Grove, who nods it out and says, try again to Brittany Pulumbi, which I'm sure she will. Nat Vasta's well out of a goal out of your picture, up on halfway, having a chat with Isabella Tamaro.
Looks like Sharon Chow maybe getting ready to come on for the host here, Russ.
Pulumbi with the latest corner. Swung in towards the far post. Header comes in, it's looped up in the air, and it's been hacked away by Barach, again close to the goal line. It's like a magnet near her own goal. Isabella Barach seems to be in the right place at the right time to clear everything. We are going to see Sharon Chow as predicted. Is it Britt Pulumbi? Maybe she's just running out of steam because she's had a good game. And she's got the goal that's the difference so far. Sharon Chow drops into a central position. Goldstein takes up a position on the left-hand side. And McGovern is forced into an error and another corner. Pullenby's just gone off, so someone else will have to take it from this near side. Krista Hagen's probably the favourite, and she's jogging over to take it. Sharon Chow with 4 goals to her name this season, mostly as a substitute. Been good impact off the bench has Chow, and she'll look to plonk herself in the danger area here as Hagen with the latest Canberra FC corner. Swings it in towards Chow, got a touch on it. Might come for Bunker, completely missing a kick and a chance for Berkeley on the turn. That would have been really unfortunate for the academy because Bunker had no idea where that was going.
Yeah, Berkeley quickest to react there to Mel Bunker's miscue. Almost caught the academy napping, but Izzy Davey did well to get down low and collect it.
Didn't catch enough of the shot, did she, Jamie Berkeley, when she swung on the ball? A foul throw, don't see any of them very often these days.
No, it's an unusual one to see called at this level.
To our home supporters, the NPL men's game is this Sunday here at Beacon Stadium at 3
If you just tuned in, Brittany Pullenby's goal for the penalty spot, the difference.
3 p.m. Sunday, Beacon Stadium.
Plenty of football live and free on Bar TV Sports this weekend. McKellar Park on Saturday for us. Belconnen versus Tigers FC, and on Sunday, Gungahlin enclosed. Gungahlin United versus World and Western FC Wanderers in the WNPL. Crucial game for the makeup of the top 4, that one. A win for the Wanderers would put them within 3 points of Gungahlin United, and with their game in hand, give them a chance to perhaps haul some difference back, although the Gunners' goal difference is markedly superior.
They've been nibbling at the heels of that top 4 for most of the season now. Woden, we saw them get all the way to the Federation Cup final the other week.
Goldstein into the area.
Which was a great achievement for what is a very young side over there. Goldstein goes again.
Here is Goldstein in the box, but the drive is straight at Davey once more.
But they've struggled to, I guess, be consistent enough in the league to really close the gap. As you mentioned, this weekend gives them a chance to do that, but time's running out, I guess you'd say, as we head into the backstretch of the season.
Most teams only have 4 games left. Canberra C have 4 left after tonight. They go to Wagga City for a couple of home games against Monero and Tuggeranong and finish the season after the bye against Gungahlin United away. The Academy's final 3 fixtures of the season: Tuggeranong United away, Gungahlin home and Belconnen away. It's a tough run-in for the Academy. They're more than capable of rising to the challenge. Barach wins a free kick, foul by Hagen. You can see every single match live on Bar TV Sports as the run into the finals continues, and then of course every single finals game live and free as well. Chases on for Legends. Wright's back there, and did that come off Bridget Wright? It did, and it will be a corner.
Good pressure
for the Academy.
Good pressure there from Steffi Legends, not giving up on the chase after she was shielded out of it, maybe forcing an error, and a good chance here for the Academy. They haven't had too many corners so far, so interesting to see what they go with here.
Mia McGovern entrusted with the delivery. Everybody forward by Jensen and Annie Grove. McGovern with a hefty thump of that, and that's beaten everybody. It's been picked up by Berkeley. Touch from Bunker is good. Now here's Ryan. She's got Chow running to her right. Maybe released her a little bit too early. Forced her too wide. Good opportunity's gone begging there. For a moment, 2-on-1. Ryan needed to perhaps take that a little bit further.
Yeah, ended up sending Sharon Chow a little wider there and allowing the Academy backline to recover. Annie Grove did well to come across and cover and end up forcing a throw, but here comes Alice Churchill down that left-hand side.
Swings it into the near post. He's got it back again here, Churchill. Real chance here for Hagen coming in, and Davey makes the save again. but it is building, and you feel there may be a second goal on the way.
Maybe looking a bit sore here, Izzy Davey, after getting down low to save that one from Krista Hagan. I'm sure she'll get this one as far away as she can. Missed a chunk of the season earlier on this year, Russ, with a foot injury. We saw Ali Hinson replace her in goals for probably about the first half of the season before she returned against Woden Western a few weeks back. So it's good to see her back. As we said, she'll be going to NTC in a few weeks. As long as this is nothing too serious that she's struggling with at the moment.
Chow finds right. Ryan. Let's use her strength to get past Grove, who stood strong in the challenge. Galich lifts it forward. Bunker challenging with Nikias. It might come here for Goldstein. And her strike is straight at the keeper as well, but they are coming thicker and faster, these opportunities. A half volley straight at the keeper. And that is a foul by Ryan. Bit of an argument for Vanessa Ryan. Tom Wodzinski tells her to calm down. She copped a fair piece of Annie Grove in that challenge. Combination of both. Mostly player.
It's the age-old player argument that I got the ball, sir. Doesn't mean you can take quite so much of the player
to get the ball.
to get the ball.
Clean the player out.
Or after getting the ball. Yes, that might have been the argument there, but a good decision from Tom Wodzinski.
Here's Nikias bringing it forward. Only Grove ahead of her at the moment. Goes wide to Mulhall, who chips it goalwards. It's not a bad effort from Izzy Mulhall. First one on target, really.
Yeah, first time that Nat Vasta's really been tested. It'd be interesting there seeing the academy going forward. As Izzy Mulhall brought in from that right-hand side, Demi Nikias dropped right off after giving her the pass, and neither me McGovern or Molly Lawless were there to sort of fill that hole. She's forced to take it on herself. I think that's what Scott O'Donnell's going on about on that far side. No one in that filling that hole where there's no defender to offer a bit of support.
Here's McGovern. And she's given it away, and this is an opportunity for Bunker. She's got Ryan ahead and helped out there by Jade Truan, who's been an absolute rock at the back for the academy tonight. Here's Wright. Balach. Been close to being player of the match for me. But here, there, and everywhere. Isabella Balach. Legends. Now Grove. Legends again. Looking for an option. It's not much on for her. Needs to be careful though. Nikias. Jensen. Gets away from Goldstein and sends one forward towards Grove, but Samaro's marshalled young Satchel Grove very well in the main. That's come off of Molly Lawless. There was a massive shout for handball from the FC bench. Nothing doing, said Tom Wodzinski on that occasion. Berkeley. Touch from Bunker. Now Goldstein. Can she deliver something in towards the penalty area? McGovern's there to help it clear. And the academy just can't get rid of this at the moment. It's coming back much quicker than they would like. Chow. Good challenge again from Annie Grove, who's done very well against Vanessa Ryan in the main. Here's Wright. Hagan. Wright with the chance to send it towards the far post. Good ball in as well. Bunker challenged with Davey. Got a piece of the ball, but not enough to send it goalwards. And that's a good turn from McGovern as well. And if she can send the ball down the line, but she's overhit that, and Mulhall won't be able to release.
Good contest there again from Izzy Davey. Canberra FC again proving dangerous moving forward and getting in down that right-hand side. Nat Vasta's done a really good job tonight of being up high and patrolling to cut out that ball. We saw obviously that one slip up with collision with Sasha Grove early, but for the most part she hasn't had a whole lot to do. She's done really well when called upon.
The old sweeper keeper. Holding the high line behind the defence, reading the game. Here's Ryan for FC. Bunker. Back to Berkeley's ball. Didn't get quite the contact you wanted. He's going to fall for Churchill anyway. Alice Churchill, nice turn. Pulls it back for Chow with the right left foot effort, but always too high. And easy for Davey to watch it over the crossbar. As we enter the final 16 minutes or so, we're going to see another change for Canberra FC. Lucy Darcy.
Yeah. Jinx.
And it's Mel Bunker. Let's run her race. Lucy Darcy has a goal to her name this season as well. And she'll come on in a central striking position, you would think.
Substitution for Canberra FC.
Davey gets us back in the way.
Melissa Bunker being replaced.
Grove can't win the header and Galich is there.
18, Lucy Darcy.
Goes back to Ryan. Galich again. Hagen. Had to work for this, haven't they, Canberra FC? It's not been handed to them on a plate.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a very it's not a scrappy performance, but gritty maybe you'd call it. They've had to work a lot for the one goal they have scored coming from the penalty spot after some good work from Britt Palombi. But, in the midfield, it's been a very, very solid battle between both of these sides, two of the premier teams in the comp. And as you mentioned, not an easy one for them tonight. There's still plenty of time left for the academy to work their way back into it.
That was Darcy's first touch, looking for Goldstein. That's going to be another corner, you would think. And yet another chance for Canberra FC to create something. Sasha Grove remains the isolated figure up front. Tamaran Wright back to marshal her. Everybody else in a red shirt in and around the penalty area, looking to get on the end of this delivery. Swung in towards Galich. Might fall for Churchill with the drive. Sounded good coming off the boots. Lacked some accuracy.
Would have been a stunning goal if it went in there. Alice Churchill, we know, can wind up and hit that. But again, Canberra FC looking dangerous from corners. It's certainly an advantage they have over the academy is their height in the area, both attacking and defensively. It's interesting to see Rachel Goldstein now slotting into that 9 role, it looks like, with Mel Bunker now off the pitch.
Where she started the season with a flurry of goals. Quarter of an hour to go, live on Bar TV Sports. The only goal, a Brittany Palumbi penalty after 56 minutes. That's the difference between the two sides. Goal at the moment, which will put FC into second on the ladder. 2 points behind Belconnen United, having played 2 games more. Anthony Jagerinch's team seemingly on another relentless march to another league title to go with their Federation Cup.
Yeah, I've seen another example of them just being a finely tuned machine this season. They've looked excellent whenever we've seen them played. They've still only conceded 1 goal in the league this season, interestingly, to the academy. We saw that at Hawker a few weeks back when we were out there for that game. As we mentioned, though, both of these sides out there tonight have challenged Belconnen. So come finals time, it'll be interesting to see how it all shapes up.
Churchill pulls it back, chancing for Chow on the right foot, but Davey watches it into her hands. Good connection out from Sharon Chow. Good positioning from Davey. Right. Now Barach. Lawless. McGovern. Looks to slide one through towards Grove. And Churchill sends it at the other end of the park, where Rachel Goldstein is the winning runner. Couldn't keep it in, though, in front of the Ivan Bullen stand. Smattering of hardy souls out on the Canberra winter's evening to watch this one at Deakin Stadium. A few more sensible souls in the VIP box, mate.
Yeah, might have to set up shop there. Next time we'll just put up some windows here, Russ. The roof over the top.
Just a heater would be nice, wouldn't it, really? Here's Ryan. Space for Jamie Berkeley. It's a good ball, that. Found Bridget Wright. Now, she's got Goldstein unmarked in the middle if she can find her. Good ball in towards Goldstein. Just eluded the forward. Lawless sends it up front. McGovern. Haven't quite got that final ball tonight, have they?
No, it's kind of where the Academy's been let down in that final third. That duo we spoke about at the back of Tamaro and Gallic, done a good job of cleaning up and looking after stray passes, or when the Academy had looked to go forward as they do now.
Let's tidy that from Grove. The race is on here. Vasta wants it. Look at the pace from Annie Grove to try and get there ahead of the goalkeeper, who's half got a touch on it. It might fall for Legends. Chance this. Annie Grove delivers it into the area. Vasta backpedaling. Can only palm it down. Real opportunity for Mole Hall. Bit of panic stations in the Canberra FC defence. Here's Barach. Still Isabella Barach. Can she get the shot away? She can, but it's well blocked by Churchill. And that was a interesting passage there.
Yeah, Vasta did well. Yeah, so we're just going to see a sub from the Academy here. Tara Cannon coming on, Russ.
What an opportunity that was, though. So Jensen making way.
Yeah, Vasta got to it, but Annie Grove put her under pressure, and the deflection took it into the path of Steffi Legends. And the Academy win a corner as a result.
Well, can they find a way through? Barach to take the corner. Swings it in towards where Vasta is. It's bouncing around. And a red boot of Vanessa Ryan just got rid of it. Good corner that from Barach.
Yeah. Good ball right in the mixer there, causing a few problems for Canberra FC backline. And maybe the Academy just putting a little more pressure on here as we enter the final 10 minutes of this one.
Grove throws to Sasha Grove. A turnover possession. Hagen finds Darcy. Hasn't quite got to the pace of the game yet, Lucy Darcy. Cannon. Her first touch. Runs into fellow substitutes. Darcy's beaten to it by Lawless. Tries to force it to Barach. Now Ryan looking to calm things down, but all she's done is giving it away to Cannon. Lawless. It's almost like the Academy suddenly believe that they can get something from this. But never say die approach to Annie Grove to chase that what seemed a lost cause. Churchill's touch. Well won by the Academy. Here's Legends. McGovern steps away from Darcy, steps away from Gallich. Still going, Mia McGovern. Can't get away from Churchill. And Chow. Goldstein almost got it through, but Troon was there. She brings it forward, now tries her luck from range. And that keeps Nat Vasta honest.
Snows Vasta creeping out of her line a little bit there, but couldn't quite get enough of the ball there to really trouble the goalkeeper.
It's been the story of their night in that final third. Hasn't quite been the cutting edge that there usually is. Understandable when you're missing your main striker. It's Goldstein. It's away from Truin, but Nikias is across there. Jade Truin has been superb tonight in central defensive role.
Yeah, she's looked really good. She returned early this season from an ACL injury that kept her out a lot of last season. Scott O'Donnell refers to her as really the leader of this group, one of the older members. 17. I think she is one of the older members of this group who won't be in the academy set up too long, but has done a really good job helping the younger girls. It was great to see her return early this season.
Lovely turn that was from Grove. Going to battle away, and it's a bit of space here for Ryan. That's overhit. Lawless picks it up. Still plenty of energy left in this academy side. Barach finds Lawless. Room out wide for Mulhall. Taking her time, picking the right pass. Lawless. Good interception from Berkeley, but it's those in grey suddenly that are monopolising possession. Truen. Barach. Cannon. Barach again. Two runners ahead of her. Real chance this for the academy, but that is a super bit of defending from Churchill again. Sliding in to get there and deny Mulhall, I think it was, who was making the run. Alice Churchill showing just why she leads this team. Good to see a third change here, Dave, for FC.
Looks like Lara Agnew maybe, if my eyes aren't letting me down.
Bridget Wright's coming off. And Agnew, spot on.
I'm getting better with age.
The eyes tend to get worse, Dave. I can't see that far. Well, I can see it's the scoreboard. 6 minutes to go. 1-0 to Canberra FC. Brittany Pullumby's penalty, the only difference. There's still something in this for the academy. Ball's at the right end of the pitch as far as they're concerned. Agnew's first job is to take the throw. Won by McGovern. Ryan. Kept in by Berkeley. Annie Grove falls over. She was crawling off that ball, wasn't she? Truen was there to help her out.
Lost her footing going for that one.
Gives it away to Ryan. And in turn runs into Legends. Grove. Could win that. Barach finds McGovern. Takes the long way round. Injects a bit of pace into it, but Sharon Chow just steps across the line of running. Not sure what that was from Nick Broznic. 4.5 minutes to go. Can you see a way back in for the academy, Dave?
They could certainly get a goal back. I think they've started. We've seen a lot better play from them these last 10 or so minutes. You know, they've been stringing passes together a bit more. They've been the first to 50-50 balls, which I think is something that Canberra FC really had over them prior to that. But they are running out of time. You know, there's 4 minutes left. They haven't done a huge amount of trouble in that Vasta so far, and they'll need to start right now if they are going to get back into this game and take a share of the points.
Ryan back to Galich. Forward towards Chow, who came from an offside position. The flag is up. So this Canberra FC attack is halted in its tracks. Just a reminder, as I said, on the weekend, Belconnen versus Tigers FC from McKellar Park on Saturday. Gungahlin versus Woden Western in the WNPL on Sunday. As we start to push towards the end of the season. Seems to have flown by. Here's a chance for Goldstein to stretch her legs. She's got Ryan with her. She could force it through. But that's a good bit of defending at the back by Grove. We come back for the free kick anyway, but Annie Grove basically has stopped Vanessa Ryan having a free run on goal there because Goldstein would have pushed her clear.
First I thought Tom Wadzinski pointed the other way.
I think it's a slight niggle, or nibble I should say, at the ankles of Goldstein as she was running through. A free kick in the centre of the park, halfway inside the FC part half here, and I'm sure this would just be lofted into the area. Swung in towards the head, and a super header too from absolutely nothing. Canberra FC have a second. Not even sure who got on the end of that.
Jamie
was it
Berkeley,
Berkeley?
I think it was.
Stole in at the back post, and FC from nothing, a 2-0 up and game over.
Jamie Berkeley really did well to just kind of ghost in towards the back of the defensive line there. The Academy caught off guard a little bit by a flat delivery. Took a while to take note of it, and a really good header back across Izzy Davey and inside the far post from Jamie Berkeley.
She stole in behind the camera, couldn't see the contact. It loops into the top corner. And that's that, you would think, Dave. 3 more points for Canberra FC.
They'll finish the night in second spot. Russ jumping the Academy to 26 points. Only a couple off Belconnen United now to maybe put a little bit of pressure on Ant and his side. But, a strong performance tonight against one of their main opponents in the top 4. And that goal really is just the sealer.
Yeah, Berkeley just stole in. You can see on the replay. He just nods it over the goalkeeper. Good finish from Jamie Berkeley, her 11th in all competitions.
Always going to be a tough one for Izzy Davey, already going the other way, just heading it back across. A really, really well-placed header from Berkeley.
Ryan runs Agnew. Ronnie Grove, who's defended like a Trojan tonight. Possibly doesn't deserve to be on the losing team. But she's going to be, unless something remarkable happens in the final 60 seconds plus whatever stoppage time Tom Wodzinski adds on. Goldstein swings it into the penalty area. Darcy tries to hit one on the turn, but always fading away from goal. Well, Goldstein's free kick, I think that was. He lofted it in to a danger area, and Berkeley just sort of stole in unmarked.
It wasn't really, a lofted free kick, and it wasn't really a drive at goal. It just sort of skimmed over the top.
Initially, she may have sliced it. But
Jamie Berkeley was obviously aware of what was going on. The Academy defence maybe just caught out, and Izzy Davey, all she could do was get across the cover.
Here they go again. Here's Goldstein to kill it off once and for all. Rachel Goldstein round the goalkeeper. Can she squeeze it in? She can't. Chow might. Block for a corner. Goldstein didn't shoot. And in fact, Tom Wodzinski says there will be no stoppage time. He brings the game to a close. Might have been 3 at the end. They'll have to settle for 2, but I'm sure Nick Brosnich and his team will be more than happy.
Yeah, a clean sheet and 3 points, in what is always a pressure game. I think he'll be pleased with that. They created chances that maybe could have been more goals. Lucky at times with the Academy's execution, potentially. Scott O'Donnell maybe not too pleased with how his side performed for some of the match. We saw them not really settle for large parts of the first and second halves. That'll be something for them to work on when they're back after the Nationals break.
Well, that was a chance for Rachel Goldstein right at the end. Couldn't make it 3. Didn't matter in the final outcome, though, because Canberra FC go home with the 3 points. A Brittany Palumbi penalty after 56 minutes, added to by a header from Jamie Berkeley with 3 minutes to play. Thanks for your company, Dave, this evening. We're all off to go home and warm up a little bit. It's been an excellent game of football, though, at Deakin Stadium. And as Dave said, Canberra FC up into second, courtesy of those goals from Palumbi and Berkeley. The full-time score at Deakin Stadium, Canberra FC 2, Canberra United Academy 0.